When my girlfriend told me, let's just be friends, I didn't cry, didn't beg, didn't even flinch. I just said, okay. And then I actually treated her like a friend. No more favors. No more emotional support. No more boyfriend perks. She lost her mind. But what really broke her? When I started dating her best friend, and she realized she was never the prize. This isn't just a breakup story. It's about respect, about knowing your worth, and about what happens when someone tries to test your loyalty and you walk away instead. Subscribe for more real stories with ruthless karma. And let's dive in. I met Tara in college. She was funny, artsy, magnetic, one of those people who made rooms quieter when she spoke. We dated for 2 solid years. She had baggage, I won't lie, an ex who cheated, trust issues, control problems. But I was all in, listened to her late-night rants, held her through anxiety, even dropped my own dreams to support hers. She said I was the most patient man she ever met. Turns out she meant doormat. We just signed a lease on a new apartment when she dropped a line. I think we should take a break. Maybe just be friends for a while. I asked if something happened. She said no. Said she needed to focus on herself. Said she felt smothered. But later I'd find out she was already texting someone else. A guy from her yoga class. Her energy healer. No joke. She called the breakup mutual. It wasn't. When she said, let's just be friends, I didn't argue. I just switched gears. I wasn't going to fight for someone who used my loyalty as a measuring stick. So I said, all right, let's be friends. And then I became the most distant, boring, platonic version of myself imaginable. She didn't know what she unleashed. She texted the next day, hey, want to get brunch? No, thanks. Want to watch that show we started? Not really. Can you help me move my stuff? That's what friends are for, right? She could ask any of them. She went from smug to sulky within days. One text said, you're being mean. I said, I'm being your friend. Nothing more, nothing less. One night, I walked into my place, and something was off. Her perfume lingered in the air. Netflix had a new user, Tara. She had used her spare key while I was out, like it was still her home, still her man. I texted, I need the key back. She replied, why? I didn't do anything wrong. I repeated, we're friends. Friends don't enter each other's apartments uninvited. That was the last time she had physical access to my life. 2 weeks later, we both ended up at our mutual friend's game night. She brought the yoga guy, Max, introduced him as if I should be hurt. But I was chill, played along, didn't even flinch. I chatted with others, laughed loudly, crushed at trivia. She pulled me aside and hissed, you're acting like a stranger. I looked her dead in the eye and said, that's what friends are, right? She blinked, speechless, because for once, she wasn't the one in control. Marissa, her best friend, was there too. She and I had always been cool. Not flirty, just mutual respect. After the breakup, she started texting, sending funny memes, checking in. One night, she invited me to a comedy club. No pressure, just 2 people escaping awkwardness. But by the end of the night, I realized something. She was everything Tara wasn't. Real, empathetic, honest. And when we kissed, it wasn't some revenge fling. It felt right. Tara found out in 2 days. Screenshots, group chats. Boom. She showed up at my apartment, uninvited. Again, tears, screaming, accusations. How could you date her? I said, you said we're friends. I'm just living my life. She sobbed. You were supposed to wait. Wait for what? You dumped me. Told me we were just friends. Started seeing another guy. Now I'm the villain for moving on? Here's the twist that still pisses me off. Marissa told me later she planned to break up. Said she wanted to see if you'd fight for her, like some twisted test. She didn't fall out of love. She orchestrated a breakup to measure how much pain I'd tolerate. She never wanted space. She wanted me desperate, weak, clinging. I gave her silence instead. A week after things went public with Marissa, Tara calls. I think I might be pregnant. I did the math. We hadn't been intimate for over 2 months. I said calmly, okay, let's schedule a paternity test. Her voice cracked. What, you don't believe me? I didn't even need to answer. Next day, never mind. I was late. All good. Fake pregnancy. Classic desperation play. Tara tried one last thing. Turned people against me. Told our friends I manipulated Marissa, that I weaponized a breakup. But here's the thing. Marissa knew everything, and she chose me when Tara tried guilt-tripping her. I loved you like a sister, Marissa told her, but you don't love anyone but yourself. Friendship. Over. Weeks later, Tara's sister, who I'd once been close with, accidentally returned a box of Tara's stuff to me. Inside, her old journal. I didn't want to look, but curiosity won. What I read, I don't think I actually want him gone. I just want him to prove he'll fight for me. I need to be wanted that bad, even if it's unfair. There it was. This wasn't about love. It was about validation. She threw away something real for a moment of ego. Months later, Marissa and I took a trip to Italy. A spontaneous getaway. No drama. Just peace. I posted a photo of us on a balcony. Sunset behind us. Caption, when you stop chasing who hurt you, you find who heals you. Within an hour, Tara had deleted every photo of us from her socials. Mutual friends said she cried for days. She burned through her new boyfriend. Max left when he realized she wasn't over me. She tried reaching out to others, but most saw through her games now. Last I heard, she was back at home jobless, starting therapy. Maybe it'll help her. Maybe not. Either way, I'm not her project anymore. I didn't plan revenge. I didn't play games. I didn't shout, lie, or cheat. I just chose peace. And peace was the most painful thing I could give her. She thought I'd chase her. Instead, I walked away and became someone worth being chased. Ever been the one tested like that? The one who got left but still expected to stick around? Drop in the comments if you've ever been punished for having boundaries. And if this story gave you chills or clarity, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to stop romanticizing toxic love. New true stories every week. See you in the next one.